finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we? Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen. After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance.
Good.
We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything.
It's so good having an adult character to talk to again. A smart character that I don't have to put up with.
The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
Until then. Thank you for stopping by.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
His people are dying and are hungry because he refuses help.
Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground.
I'm sorry, but I have no sympathy for these guys. The guys in charge here. I have sympathy for the people who are suffering, but not for him, and very much not for that general.
Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly, but thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile.
Fuck you.
It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
Talk to your superiors. They are the ones killing you. We have offered help.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
Sorry. Okay.
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question.
We could be helping those people now.
Ever escape this cult? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eula spoke?
Finished your war, Council?
Alphino and Alizé are to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil.
Nice. Nice. I hope we'll leave them here. And then we go back and continue to do our thing. Because that's what happens when you send children to a situation like this. I cannot believe how naive they are. And what bothers me most is how naive the people in command back at our camp are to send those two children to do this. I understand them being naive because they are children. What doesn't make sense is how Lucina or Lucia, whatever her name, how would she think this is a good idea to send two kids like this? And again, I bet I'll just stand around and watch. I won't do anything. I won't threaten them. I won't try to rip off the things from them. I will just stand back and watch, because that's what Alphino quests are. You don't exist. You have no agency at all.
Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
Don't touch them. Oh, I forgot I don't exist, so I'm just gonna...
everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
I'm just gonna allow them to take them.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
Ah, that's what you're worried about. Do it. I'll cut off your head and then your commanders.
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Get them out of here.
Let's send the children to negotiate with the general of war. What could go wrong? Let's send the children to do all of our things. This is a Final Fantasy game. The children have to be the main protagonists. We can't have adults doing the important things. No, it has to be the children doing the important things. It's a Final Fantasy game. That's why I like 7 so much. There's no children in Final Fantasy 7 or 6. And as much as I love 12, I would say it would be a much better game without Ren. Oh man. Lazy, convenient writing. It's something that makes me just feel like I'm just wasting my time. Like, it sucks the fun out of anything else about this game. Or any game. Or any movie or book or whatever. Convenient events that makes no sense, that only serve to further the plot in a certain direction that otherwise wouldn't happen. They just suck the fun out of it. Like, why would Lucia allow 2 children to come here to negotiate? Why would Ishtola be okay with that? Why would anyone else there be okay with that? I wasn't, but of course I don't exist because it's an optional quest, and I don't have any say on those. Dude, you were ready to shock them. After what? You were ready to shock them. I don't care. I don't care if you feel guilty or anything. You were ready to do that. You were gonna do that. You were totally gonna do that. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna play along, but I cannot forgive you.
This is my home. Our home. At least it was, until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate.
So you know about the radio thing.
When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to. I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised.
I'm sorry to hear, but you do know who are the responsible, right?
The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen. A red link at its center, the blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here?
You fucking idiot.
If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us?
No.
I'm sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
But it wasn't our gods that did this to your family. There's that.
It's no use. Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
So cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule.
It took you that long?
Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varus at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people, one race cleansed of imperfections.
Yeah, that sounds fucked up.
A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum.
Kind of.
Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you.
Yeah, both of them fail to consider the human aspect of people.
And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust?
Themselves.
All of us lost in a sea of chaos. Searching desperately for purpose and meaning.
True, but...
But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's.
Yeah.
It has to be ours. It has to be.
But let's not go crazy about it. There are important things and very valuable things that we can learn from those who came before. We shouldn't just copy them, but we also shouldn't just throw them away. There's a middle ground here. You gotta be yourself. You gotta act based on the current circumstances that you have, which are unique. But you also need to draw from the knowledge and experience and values of those who came before, because you can't know everything on your own. And the experiences, that's the word I was looking for. You gotta draw from the experiences of those who came before too. You can't just throw everything away.
We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
That's true. No one.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus.
You're damn right about that.
Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms.
No, they just took the easy thinking way out. They just clung to an idea that they thought was right, and they stopped considering everything else because it's just easier. It's easier to think the one thing you think is right, and everything else is wrong.
A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics.
Exactly. That's very smart. Very smart words.
Divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Yeah, that's wrong. Very wrong.
Is that what you think?
No. I don't think that's what...
My misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance.
Perfect. Aggressive ignorance. That's perfect.
I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics. To see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
That's good. I'm glad you feel that way.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Well, it was nice knowing you, Alphino.
And you forgot about the airship.
It was nice knowing you, Alphino and Alice. That's what you get for...
Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand. To refuse to suffer in silence.
Yeah. That's true.
I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all.
Yeah, that's the first step.
And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
Let's wait until he grows up.
I'm up to the task.
Not yet, but you might be one day. Just let's stop treating you like an adult. Let's keep you back like the children you were. Let's let you watch. You can watch everything, you can learn. But let's keep you back. Let's not... There will come a time when you are grown up where you can go and do the important stuff.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority.
Yep.
All without offering alternatives.
Yep. There's a lot of those.
Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alice.
That's nice. Ah, of course.
The scouts have secured Alizé and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed.
Can I hit him, please?
I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
Finally. Yeah, the thing about sending kids to speak with him wasn't the greatest idea. Maybe we should have an adult speak with the leader of...
No.
You?
In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Ambush!
More are coming! Make ready!
That's what you get for trying to meddle with them.
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald,
I hope we get to kill them.
of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands
Dude,
from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return!
Varys is the one kind of responsible for your family dying. At least half responsible. He was dealing with the Asians. And now we got another kid trying to...
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
You are a child.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies. Every word.
If this guy turns out to be redeemed, he and the general, if they were like, oh, they joined you, so, well, let's join you too. And then by the end, at the battle, they're gonna be heroes and everything. I'm gonna hate it so much. No, this guy does not deserve it. Nor does the general. No.
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision. Bereft of hope, and now dignity.
You are bereft of a lot of things. Important things. Smartness.
I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Please do it.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Oh, he did it. I wasn't expecting him to. I thought they would just pretend that he did, and then he would come back later. Holy shit. Well, I can't say I feel too bad about him, because like I said, Varys had at least some some fault in what happened to Garlemald. He was dealing with the Ascians. He allowed Xenos to go the way he is. Yeah, I can't feel that bad for him. Even though that's horrible what happened, what he just did, but I can't feel that bad. And you, can I shoot you? I really hate you, like a lot. If they come back with some redemption arc with you, I'm gonna be so sad and disappointed. Because you are awful. You do not deserve redemption. Alright, with any luck, the bad part of the expansion is over. And from here on out, it's gonna be good quests and plot lines that make sense and actions that make sense. And my character is gonna have a say in something, I hope so. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Hopefully the next quest, Strange Bedfellows, is gonna be good. So I'll see you then. I mean, to be clear, the ending here was okay. That behavior was coherent with the character. So okay, thumbs up for that. That was good. And kind of surprising, to be honest. I thought he was gonna chicken out, or yeah, I thought we were gonna hear a sound and we were gonna think he's dead, but then afterwards he was going to show up, and very cheap. I would hate that, but they actually went through with it. He behaved coherently with his character, which is good. First time in that quest line. Damn, I'm so salty. I'm sorry, but I am. I hated that. Okay, I'll see you then.